Okay, let's talk a little bit about Audi TT 8N MK1 door panel restoration, I would call it. This is a standard problem that the leather imitate peels off here at this inner border. And I will show you how I fix that. So first of all, this is the seal that sits in here usually. It's glued in with a, I don't know, strange glue that breaks. And I guess this glue is also usually used to hold the leather imitate here in place. But when it gets warm and sun is coming from above here, then it tends to shrink and then it peels off. So what I did now is I removed the foam inlay here to get better access. Then I removed this lid, which sits usually in there, just put it aside. And then I started to break loose this this lid here. And how it works is it sits in here, so you remove the rubber there, and then you gently tilt it down like this, and then it comes loose, it breaks off. And what you then have to do is use a screwdriver and elbow grease and remove all this old stuff here. You can with a smaller screwdriver, you actually can go here into this groove and get all the gunk out of there. And then you clean it all, you vacuum it all, and then it's time to do this here. And what I'm using is I'm using a adhesive Patex glue. I put it on both sides here on the leather and on the plastic, and then I let it dry, and then I just put it on. And to get it around the corner properly, I just use a heat gun and heat this border here gently so that it easier peels around or moves, bends around the corner, and then you can attach it. You may want to use some clamps or whatever, do it, you know, step by step. And then I just use some adhesive to put this this thing back on, everything clean, and then you should be good to go. That is how I repaired already one of the doors, and the other one I will also do. By the way, here, this is also something that I did. This is the 3D printed part that I glued on with the same black PU adhesive that I will be using here to glue this thing on. And this also is replacing the broken part. And I did this already 2 times with 2 cars, and now this is the 3rd time I did it. And you see even the leather imitate here goes back on there. Yeah, once that is done, I think the door panels, they get a new lid for the speaker as well. Then I put everything back together, put some glue here, not all the way around, but just some dots to put in the foam inlay, and then we're good to go back into the car and hopefully look good again. Just for those who, you know, lost motivation during trying to get off this funny glue, it is possible. You can try to get it out with 2 screwdrivers. Pay attention to your fingers, because this is all sharp corners here where you easily scratch your fingers. But you have to get it out to get proper adhesion again, and you also have to bring in this groove here, the glue later on, because then it will really hold tight again to the door panel. What I also did is I removed this this hard glue that sits here at the corner as good as I could, because it was reducing the flexibility here that I wanted to have. And I also had some fear that when I have glued this around here, that the hard plastic, yeah, glue here that is somehow not very flexible anymore would be in the way of the lid here that needs to be glued in later on, and that then it doesn't sit properly in its housing. So this is yeah, just some cleaning work that needs to be done, and now it is gluing time. So this looks pretty reasonable. You still can see the areas where it used to be loose, but should be fine once the other lid is on top. One thing that you gotta do is you let the Pateks to dry, because what you have to do is you have to smear it on both mating sides, and then it has to dry, and then you have to pull the leather imitate into this direction and then fold it around the corner and then glue it so that it is under tension, because otherwise it will look a lot uglier than this here. And this is what you have to do. And if you don't have the Pateks dried all the way, it will not hold the tension when you fold it around the corner. So, but this is now looking very good and ready to be put together with the other glue, and to put this thing, you know, back in here. This also has to be clean, and what I would really recommend is to wipe it all, to degrease it, and then to first try to fit it in, also because here at the end you still see some glue residue, and you want to be sure that this is not in the way when you fit in the lid again. So what I've done now is I've put a small amount of glue here inside there. Let me see. There, where this piece, this lid, will go in again. Now I used this glue seal bond from Wirt, because my usually used Sikaflex 3, let me see, Sikaflex 223 was completely dried, so I could revive one of the other things, but I'm sure it is working exactly the same way. And now I will be fiddling in this this lid here. I tried it without the glue so that it really goes in easy, and it also snaps sort of in place. So if you put it in, you feel it like going in. You don't need any clamps or anything to hold it in, because it really sits tight in this groove here that now contains new glue. And as I said, this groove here is free, so that the glue can also go in there and will not form additional, you know, space where it should usually mount flush to the top here. And now it sits in there tight. Looks beautiful again at the corners, and it's not moving back and forth, so it really sits tight against the shoulder here. And now I'll let the glue cure, and I will now put in the insulation panel with just some spots of this glue also, so that they don't fall off. I will not do it here because the speakers will be needed to put in there, and the foam will be removed anyway. But this is how you address this upper leather imitate peeling off the board.